Hi there! We're in Osaka! Think about the best place you've eaten in the world and the best meal you ever had. Food so good that you can still remember it today. A city that is so charming, relaxed, and best known for its food, fun, and nightlife. And only a short Shinkansen ride from Tokyo. Osaka is a playground for foodies and is often called Japan's kitchen. From hole-in-the-wall restaurants to popular eats, there is a little bit of something for everyone. But first, we're getting some cream puffs, so let's go eat. So we're in Osaka. It's like the main shopping area, Shinsaibashi. 1 mile worth of like shopping, more shopping, and more shopping. But we got cream puffs from MooKEN and they're located like in an alleyway or like it's a street, but it's right on Shinsaibashi. We got here like at 10 something and like about 10:30 in the morning and we thought there was gonna be like no line. It's a weekday and I was wrong. We didn't wait that long, but the line wrapped up all the way towards like the main shopping store or the main shopping area, but you can smell like the butter just wafting in the air and it just smells so good. And they're really tiny, so we got an order of 10. These are like coming out like piping hot, so they're just like go, 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 go. Oh, these are so cute. Look how tiny they are. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. So the sugar crystals on top caramelize and they're just like beautiful and like hollow in the inside. That's where they piped the cream puff and I'm hoping it's going to explode in my mouth. Cheers. Oh wow. Ooh, that cream is like really creamy. It's very light. It doesn't have a dense flavor to it. And it's actually really crispy and a little of caramelization from the sugar. So it's like caramel flavor to it. Oh my god. It feels like I'm eating one of like a brittle, but like a very thin piece of brittle and it's just like sugar crystals just melt in my mouth. Oh my god, this is so good. And the custard is not super sugary. I just wish they're a bit more filled with the custard. It's just like enough, or maybe they just do it on purpose. You can order like maybe 30 and just keep on eating them and eating them and eating them like I am going to do. And you can only do 30 max per person. So if you have like another person, you want to do 60 little cream puffs, I say go for it. After enjoying cream puffs for breakfast, it's officially time for our first bowl of ramen in Osaka. So back to the mile-long mall we go, and after shop of every store imaginable, from specialty tea shops and to endless options of restaurants. But as we near our destination, you'll be mesmerized by the bright flashing lights and a Frankenstein greeting you at the entrance. And this is where you'll find Franken Ramen, a ramen shop that serves a specialized menu of ramen and Chinese soba noodles. We chose their original bowl of Franken Ramen, topped with a generous amount of bamboo shoots and thinly sliced chashu with a liberal amount of sliced up green onions and a jammy soft boiled egg and a clear and fragrant broth that is glittering gold. The broth stood out the most, rich and light with an intense chicken flavor. It reminded me of a chicken noodle soup, but a higher quality version that doesn't heavily rely on herbs. Rather, the prime ingredients are solely based on the chicken simmering for hours to create that deep, rich chicken flavor. As for the noodles, the bowl was filled with freshly made noodles. They were thick, long, and straight. They were bouncy, slightly firm, and chewy. The noodles were large enough to absorb the broth, and they were almost sponge-like. And every noodle is worthy of a good slurp. And onto the chashu, thinly sliced braised pork that is beautiful in color and layers of fattiness that is dripping in rich umami broth that is calling my name and waiting to go into my mouth. The meat was soaking with juice from the broth. It was so tender and fatty that it just melts in your mouth. But the piece de resistance is an egg that only the ramen gods can conjure. A soft-boiled egg that is jammy like fruit spread, slightly chewy, packed with rich umami flavor from the soy mirin marinade with a yolk that is creamy and custard-like and to die for. Osaka takes its coffee as seriously as its cuisine, and Lilo Coffee is no exception to the rule. A coffee shop that is easy to miss, hidden by the buttery smell of freshly baked butter croissants, and where all the locals come for a good cup of coffee. But if there is one item off the menu, you have to try their Geisha Siphon coffee, a multi-guided immersive sensory experience that goes beyond your basic coffee, focusing on the craft, culture, and origin of the brew. Before the grounds are even brewed, the barista had us smell the grounds, and it had a floral smell, almost jasmine-like. She then walked us through the flavor profile on the flavor scale. And then this is where the magic happens. As soon as she inserted the glass cup, the bubbling hot water rose to the top, gave the water a good swirl, and poured in the grounds. She let the grounds steep for a couple of minutes, turned off the heat, and gave it another good swirl. And with gravity, what comes up must come down. And once again, we smelled the grounds, but this time they were different, and the aroma of the jasmine was intense and comforting. Finally tasting the coffee. And let me tell you, this was the best cup of coffee I have ever had. It was bright, tart, and slightly sweet, with a juicy burst of orange and lemon, and so smooth with a lingering finish of milk chocolate. After the coffee tasting is over, you get to enjoy the brew at your table, and we paired it with a tiramisu that is baked in-house using their espresso. It was creamy, velvety, custard-like, not overly sweet, slightly bitter from the espresso beans, and delicately balanced, and it paired beautifully with the Geisha coffee. And this was like the best experience I have ever had. Located 15 minutes away from Shinsaibashi is Dekasan, located in a quiet neighborhood, serving up massive Sandos with hefty portions. But nothing about the food is quiet. The restaurant is small, but the energy is not. The staff is young and passionate, which truly shows through their craft. And we got two other sandwiches. We got their potato salad and we got their egg sando. And I wanted to try their potato salad because Japanese potato salad is like completely different than American potato salad. It just, I don't know, their potatoes just taste so much better. And it's sandwiched between thick, fluffy bread. It has lettuce, tomato, and in between is the potato salad. And I don't know what, oregano? I don't even know. It smells like Italian seasoning. It's like the most delicious, fragrant smell. Oh, and the bread's really toasty. So the bread's lightly toasty. You can hear like the little sound of toastiness. And it's sandwiched between two thick slices of delicious white bread. I don't even know what else is in here. It's just lettuce. And is it front loaded or is there, okay. Surprisingly, it is filled. I thought they were just gonna front load it and make it look like thick, big and fluffy, and it's just full of potato salad, but no, it actually is, shockingly. Cheers. I don't even know what else to describe. That just tastes really good. That is so fresh. And it does have Italian seasoning, picking up like the oregano, the parsley, and the lettuce. It is crisp, fresh, delicious. Like, oh my God. It doesn't have like a strong mayonnaise or mustard flavor. It's just so creamy, like the most creamy potato salad I have had. And the potato, it's like smashed, but not like completely smashed. So like you're getting like a smash, how do I say, like Thanksgiving when you get like mashed potatoes, they're not completely smashed, but like a baked potato, in between like a baked potato and mashed potatoes. But the next one we have to try is the egg sando. And is that one worth the 1 hour wait? Because if this one is, then that one definitely has to be. Next one is the egg sando, and it smells so freaking good. And I've been looking forward to trying this egg sando. Again, the same thing, the toasty white bread. It's thick slices of bread that are sandwiched in between here. Oh, it looks like you're getting like two types of egg. I gotta open this up. Oh, baby. I have to be very, very careful. I do not want to spill the contents of this delicious sandwich. Ooh. And their egg has like this beautiful, bright, yellow, runny egg yolk. So it looks like you're getting two different types of egg. You're getting fluffy egg, looks like egg white, and then the mashed up like egg salad. And is the bread toasty too? Oh, this one isn't as toasty as the egg salad. I mean, it's not as toasty as the potato salad. Cheers. Oh, there's mustard, there's mayonnaise. This is literally like one creamy, one of the creamiest egg sandos I have ever freaking had. Oh my god. The egg is so custardy and jelly-like, and it has like the right amount of saltiness, and it's just like the perfectly fluffiest egg I've had. It looks like whipped cream, but it's not. There are a lot of coffee shops in Osaka, but if there is one I have to go to, it is Neel in the Nagasaki prefecture. This charming, artsy neighborhood is cozy, quiet, and away from all the chaos. Streets lined up with old wooden buildings and row houses that feel like I stepped into another era. One thing about Neel is that they serve good coffee and crepes, and their jinguame latte made with brown sugar syrup complement their crepes. The latte was smooth, bright, not acidic, lightly sweetened with slight fruity citrus notes. And on to their crepes. Their signature butter crepe is simple, topped with butter, granulated sugar, and powdered sugar that is larger than your head and with no stuffing. The exterior is thin, delicate, crispy, and flaky, and with every bite, the texture slowly transforms until you get to the chewy, soft center, as a symphony of flavor of butter and sugar dance in your mouth. But if a basic crepe is delicious, then their choco banana must be just as good. Topped with fresh sliced bananas, slivered almonds, pieces of chocolate, whipped cream dusted with cocoa powder, and drizzled with chocolate. But this crepe is different from the first. It's chewy and soft and pancake-like, but thinner. The sliced up banana and chocolate drizzle give it a subtle sweetness, but the best part is the cubes of chocolate that are soft and melty that add a whole other level of flavor, with hints of dark cocoa that balance the sweetness of the sliced banana and chocolate drizzle. We're at Ramen Chow-mein. Ramen Chow-mein, I'm probably butchering that, but it's like completely out of the way of Osaka. It's not like near a touristy area. It's more of like a locals hotspot. And we got their Chuo ramen, which is like their soy sauce based ramen, and their noodles are beautiful. They're made with buckwheat, and you could see like the specks of brown in them. It also has chashu, a sliver of chicken, and has like the bonito flakes. So if you don't know what bonito flakes are, they're like it's dried up fish, and it's just like slivered and sliced up, and they look like they're alive, but they're not because they're so thin and they're flailing in the steam. And there is green onion, and there is parsley, and we also got some of their fried rice. But I'm more excited to try their Chuo based ramen, because back home Chuo ramen's not very common. It's more of like a tonkatsu, so a pork based ramen. Oh, that is so good. The broth is like heartwarming. It's just so comforting, kind of like chicken, like a chicken noodle soup, but like so much better than that. It just has so much depth and flavor and saltiness. It is honestly just like probably like one of the best ramens I've had so far, besides like the chicken ramen. And I am all about having every single bowl of ramen I can possibly eat here while I am in Japan. Okay, we have to try their noodles. I am looking forward to their noodles because they have like the little brown specks of like the buckwheat. Oh, they have a bite to them. They're soft and they pick up so much of like the soup. So they're like soupy, delicious noodles. Even though they're like thin noodles, it just absorbs so much of the broth. And now we're trying the chashu, which is pork. That is delicious. It is medium fatty. Oh my god. Onto the next piece of chicken, which I've never had chicken in my ramen before, and I find that kind of different. But, you know, it's always good to try something new. A delicious, tender piece of chicken I have had. Oh my god. And it's just so juicy, and it absorbs so much flavor from the broth. Wow. And I'm just so happy and I'm satisfied. This is like the best dinner I've had so far. That the broth isn't oily. It has like the right amount of oiliness to it and the right amount of sheen or gloss that you want in your soup. Okay, now on to the second best part, fried rice. Ooh-wee. This thing is like eggy. Like I am talking about, it has a ton of egg in it. Not like your basic fried rice back at home. Ooh. Eggy and a little bit of soy sauce. Oh wow. The egg have like fluffy bits of egg and the perfectly cooked rice, and the rice is like this chunky fat grain, so it's very meaty. Okay, so they also recommend to add this to your fried rice. It looks like it has ginger, so it's probably like a vinegar ginger oil. Oh, I'm going hard on that. Oh, it is definitely vinegar. It brightens up the fried rice. It actually gets rid of like that eggy flavor. Ooh, that's really good. And adds like a slight tanginess to it too. We're finally at Dontonbori, the entertainment hub of Osaka, where locals and tourists alike come to eat till you drop, where both sides of the river are filled with restaurants. And we are having Michelin star Okonomiyaki at Mizuno. And by Michelin star, you don't have to eat at a very bougie restaurant. You could just eat anywhere that has really great, delicious food that doesn't have to be pretentious, because that's what everyone thinks a Michelin star restaurant is. But no, they make the okonomiyaki in front of your face. Was pretty much, this is made with yam. We got it with sirloin and we got pork belly, and it's topped with bonito flakes, and it's like the most beautiful smelling. It's just bubbling, and it's also topped with the tear, which is like the okonomiyaki sauce. So it's pretty much like a barbecue sauce, and it has mayonnaise and it has mustard. Before you order, they ask you if you want to add anything else, because afterwards you can't order anymore. Guys, if you could only smell this, it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna serve myself like this really thick. Oh geez. Leave it to me to make a mess. Don't do what I did. And this little shovel is like basically like your fork, so if you do not want to use a chopstick, you just shovel it in your mouth. And cheers, y'all. I'm just gonna shovel this in my mouth. That is sweet, that is savory. Okay, so that's like the bit. I don't even know if that's the sirloin or if that is the pork belly, but look how beautiful this looks. Oh wow, that's like fatty, that's juicy, that's really delicious. But just look, you see the caramelized bits of the sauce. There's the egg and green onion. And this one's made with yam, so just like have like that yam starchy taste to it. And it's light, fluffy, and airy. Bro, this is just so good. Oh my god, it's just like melting in my mouth. The savoriness from the sauce. And then the meat. Come on now. We are in Dontonbori and we got takoyaki, which are like the octopus balls. It is topped with mayonnaise, teriyaki sauce, which is kind of like a sweet savory sauce. It has bonito flakes, and the green stuff, I forgot what the green stuff is. It is seaweed. These octopus balls are made fresh for you and they're piping hot, and I'm nervous to eat this because it's just, they're going to explode around, but they're like these doughy, delicious octopus balls, and the things that's flailing in the air are the bonito flakes. Ooh. That's hot, that's hot. Okay, it tastes just like an okonomiyaki, but this is a bit more doughier. And there's like that chewiness from octopus that you get. A good meaty chunk of octopus. It's really sweet, and with like the creaminess of the mayonnaise and the teriyaki sauce, it's sweet, savory, and delicious. And you have to get these. We are in the middle of Dontonbori. It's pretty much like equivalent to New York Times Square. I don't even know what else to compare it to. It is loud, it is chaotic, but we got one of their crab meat buns. So it has crab, meat, fish, but look how big and fluffy this bun is. Ooh, look at the fluff. And this beautiful steam bun is fluffy and it's going to be delicious. Okay, y'all, cheers. It has a very fishy taste, and there's like minced meat and like very finely chopped up pieces of like lobster in here. Oh baby, and she is steamy. It's really good. I'm picking up like slight minced pork flavor, definitely like the fishiness from the lobster. And they also give us mayonnaise, Kewpie mayonnaise. Oh, ooh, tangy, sweet, delicious. Okay, cheers y'all. Oh wow. definitely adds a whole different flavor. Creaminess from the mayo. So if you've never had keeping mayo, it's not like your standard mayo or American mayo. It's like a little bit more egg based, and this is so good. And there's like slight vinegar flavor to it. The mayonnaise definitely cuts out like the fishiness, so you're not getting a whole lot of like the fish flavor. And I'm so surprised that it's filled with meat, because usually when you come to these places, it's just like a tourist hotspot and you're gonna get like robbed, but you're not. This bun is definitely worth it. It is so good. After a long day of sightseeing and eating in Dontonbori, we were heading to Shinsekai, our final stop of the night. Shinsekai is the retro site of Osaka, a vibrant district home to Kushikatsu, the iconic Tetsune Kaku Tower, as it towers over you, surrounded by flashy, bright storefronts trying to capture your attention. As the smell of delicious fried food lingers in the air, and we're finally trying the iconic dish of Shinsekai, Kushikatsu a Kushikatsu Daruma. We started with the bowl of Takoyaki, a classic Osakan stew made with beef tendons that are simmered and stewed in a rich, sweet, savory sauce of miso, mirin, sugar, and sake. The beef was tender, melt in your mouth, and gelatinous, and the bowl was warm and comforting. The first skewer we tried was the original Kushikatsu beef. The beef was tender with a thin layer of crispy batter and drizzled with their secret sauce that's dark in color, tangy and slightly sweet in flavor. As for the asparagus, it still had its crispy, tender texture and snapped easily with every bite. And the shrimp was plump, tender, moist, and steaming hot. And the exterior was airy with a crispy, crunchy coating. Next up is a sweet potato that was lollipop shaped size that is creamy and fluffy at first bite, and slightly sweet and tangy with their dipping sauce that is just so satisfying with the crunchy exterior. Then we had quail eggs, and I have never had quail egg before, especially deep fried ones. The eggs were soft, creamy, almost custard-like, and buttery, and compared to a regular egg, you cannot compare the two. The flavors are just different and something you have to experience. The next skewer is fish sausage with cheese, and I never had this combination, and it was interesting in flavor. The cheese isn't as cheesy as American cheese, and it's less salty in flavor, but it does have that softness and stringiness that is reminiscent of American cheese. When in Japan, you just gotta eat everything. But the next skewer was mind-blowingly good. A rice cake, the texture was so good. It was chewy, gooey, soft, crispy, and marshmallow-like. And onto the chicken tsukune, the Japanese version of a chicken meatball, and actually juicy and flavorful. It was like a meatball, but I've never had this type of chicken meatball in my life, and let me tell you, the flavors were so good. And we saved the best for last, chicken skin. And oh my god, let me tell you, this was the best fried chicken skin I have ever had in my life. The most intense flavor, super crispy, like an explosion going off in your mouth, airy like tender skin that was the cherry on top of this whole experience. This is better than any chicken skin I have had in the States, and you should definitely end your Kushikatsu experience with a chicken skin because it is just so good. Okay, what a night. From having a ramen to steamed buns filled with lobster and pork and minced beef, and from having cream puffs, what a way to end our day here in Osaka. And to have a little nightcap, we got a fruit sando that's located off it's located in the Parco Mall at the basement floor. And if you didn't know, basement floors here in Japan are crazy. There is just food on food on food on food everywhere, even at supermarkets, which is like astonishing to me. This is gonna be the last thing I have here in Osaka until we end up in Kyoto. So if you wanna follow along for that, we're gonna end up in Kyoto, and then we'll end up in Tokyo for the last leg of our trip. Also, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the other side of the table. Bye.